Kia ora and welcome to my channel. My name is Carla and this is my knitting, sewing, crafty podcast channel. Sew, knit, create and repeat. I'm coming to you from the North Island, the east coast of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. And you're very welcome. Welcome back, guys. Also, welcome to the newbies that have stopped by after Gaynor from Tales from Cuckoo Land mentioned watching my vlogs. You can find me here. Also, I have another YouTube channel called Plum Tree Cottage Gardening in New Zealand, which is linked in the description below. On Instagram, you'll find me as Sew, Knit, Create and Repeat, and those words are all separated by a full stop. Digger? No. No. Digger is my dog. And he's whining to go outside, but he's not going to be going outside while I'm doing this because the last thing I need is to finish and find that he's jumped the fence and gone to visit the neighbours down the road. Yeah, what else did I need to tell you, fellas? I don't think anything else. It's going to be one of those. Dig, come here. Come here. Come here. Give me a second. I've just given him a dehydrated fish treat. Okay, right. It's been a big month. I should have filmed ages ago, but at the end when I have a little chat about all the stuff going on in my life, you'll be able to see why I haven't done so yet. Today is Sunday the 19th of May and it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, and I've been outside all day doing bits and pieces. I'm quite tired. So anyway, let's get started. What am I wearing, you might ask? This is my finished object. This is another Felix cardigan. And I knit this using reclaimed yarn. So I was op shopping and I found, I was looking for some wool and bits to make a scrappy crochet blanket for my sister. And I found this. So it was in a plastic bag. There was a front and a back of a jumper knitted up with the shoulders were on hold, and excuse me, and also a big ball of wool. It was a very strange, it was like a roll of wool. So I took it home and then I thought actually it would be quite nice to make something for myself with it. So that's what I did. I unraveled it, skeined it, washed it, dried it, and then balled it back up to knit. I've pretty much knit this to pattern, nice oversized. The buttons I bought secondhand from Salvation Army, and it's really thick and it's really warm and I love it. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I could really say about it. It's a very thick wool. Maybe Aran weight, not quite chunky, but it is thick. So yes, that'd probably be my last Felix for a while. I've made 3 now. The second finished object, which I will play on either side of me, I'm not sure where I'm sitting in the camera, is my crocheted Be My Baby blanket, which was designed by Becca Parker. I purchased this pattern a couple of years ago with the hope that I could magically learn to crochet and make it for a friend, but that wasn't to be. So it sat there, and then at the end of last year, my daughter came to me and said her friend was pregnant, and would I be able to knit something for her to give this friend. And she was, I think, thinking, you know, booties and a hat or something. I was like, oh, we make this blanket. So Jess purchased the wool. We went through, selected it. She paid for the wool, and then I just gave my time and made this blanket. And I have to say my wrist was really sore towards the end. I thought that June was my target date, but about sort of end of March, Jess said, oh, do you think it could be ready for May, because that's when her baby shower is. So yes, there was some frantic making going on, but I'm really stoked with it, and she was really, really happy, and she gave Jess this little card to give to me, which I think is really gorgeous, with a little bumblebee on it. And I'm sure when baby's born, he's going to enjoy laying on the bee blanket. The wool I used for that was just like the 4 Seasons, I think it's 4 Seasons wool that you can get from Spotlight here in New Zealand, and it's a DK. Is it a DK? I'm sure it's a DK, yeah. So yeah, that's that. I know that I'm going to forget something today. So anyway, let's update you on me whips. What's my first one coming to my hands? All right, so we've got the Daydreamer, which is a design by Andrea Mowry, and I'm making it holding a strand of 4-ply possum merino and a strand of drops kid silk mohair, and that's where I've got there. So you can see the back's a little bit longer because it's got that split hem. I'm enjoying this. It is slow, but it's nice. I think when it's done, I'm going to really, yeah, enjoy it. Hopefully it'll be done before the end of this winter. Might not be. So yeah, so that's the progress on that. I'll put a progress keeper on that shortly, so that I can compare notes from the last time. And then the next thing I have been working on is the Bereket, is it a sweater? Pullover. And that's by Ainur Berkimbayeva. I've said that wrong, I know I have. So I'm working on one sleeve. Yeah. That's also quite an enjoyable knit. It's got lots of interesting techniques and texture. Yeah. I'm halfway through a bobble row, so that's why I'm just using my sock needle as a cable needle. I'm using Southlander Sport, which is a wool from Skeins, and I can't remember the name of the colour. I do have a ball band somewhere, but I can have a look and find it for you if you ask. Nothing more to report, but I'll put another progress keeper on that one so that we know where we're at for next time. And then I decided that I was going to knit a jumper, a jersey for my nana, and I'm not using a pattern. What I'm using is this is her notebook, which has got notes on a whole lot of different projects that Nana's done over the years. but I just want to do stitch counts and gauge. And I've also got an old jersey of hers here that she gave me to pull apart for the yarn, but I just ended up using it as a gardening one. So I'm using that just to check the size and what have you. So I'm using it's all Utaku 8-ply, and that's the main colour. And what I'm doing is, this is my work project because it's easy and I don't have to think too much about it. So that's sort of how it's looking. So I'm going to work bottom up with just a drop shoulder design with a V-neck. And I'm alternating. I'm doing 2 rows of the main colour, a row of the grey, 2 rows of the main colour, then into grey, and I do 3 rows of moss stitch, and then back to the main colour, and then do the same thing with the brown, and then I'll just alternate like that. And I think that blends quite nice. And only because I don't think I've got enough of this for a full jersey, so I thought I've got these leftover balls. I've got 2 of these. I won't need 2 of them. They're 200 gram balls. And yeah, and that's the leftover from the, what was the name of that? It was the jumper I made Jess last year. So yes, but Nana doesn't know I'm making this. It's a secret, because if she knew, then I might feel pressure. And also, yeah, pretty much. That's the main reason why. Ouch, you have to forgive me, I've got a very sore back. The next knitting thing I've been working on is, I haven't been working on it much, excuse me, and I can't remember whether I'd cast this on the last time I recorded, sorry. But I'm just using some leftover sock yarn, like that. And I'm making a pair of shorties with no pattern, and it's a 3x1 rib texture. And I'm using the Shadow Wrap heel, I think that was the one, yeah. And it's really just because I want to try and get used to these ChiaoGoo shorties, because yeah, I find them quite hard to use. So yeah, that's another one that goes to work with me, but I haven't really worked on it since I started Nana's jumper. I'm just having a little look at my notes. I think there is something I've forgotten, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all. I've been doing some spinning. So I dyed up 100 grams of Corridale, and I've dyed it in these colours. And I've just finished my first bobbin. So I'm about to do the second bobbin. We'll see how that looks. I love those colours. And I'm just using my Ashford traditional wheel. That one. Look at that, nice and quick, eh? Boom, 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 and we're out. Yeah. It's an update. So what has been happening in April and May? So you guys, some of you may have watched my school holiday vlogs, so you'd know that my daughter has purchased her first home, and she moved out last week. Her home is gorgeous. Her room out there is not completely empty yet. Needs a really good clean, and then I'm going to get started decorating before I move my gear out there as a sewing room, craft room. We had her housewarming last night. We got home about 10 o'clock. Wasn't too bad. Yeah, so that's been exciting. And also last weekend, Evan celebrated his 40th birthday. He's actually turned 40 in early May, but in New Zealand, our duck hunting season starts in the first weekend of May. So he decided to have it for the second weekend of May because duck shooting is very important when you're a hunter. So we had that at the Speedway Club Rooms, and it was really good turnout. It was a really good laugh. And yeah, something kind of accidentally happened. So one of the guys, one of our friends, he came out and he said, right, you guys keen to come in and do a speech? And we were like, oh yeah, you know, cut the cake and say thank you and all that kind of stuff. And so I was sort of teasing Evan that some friends of ours, girlfriends of mine, in fact it was Jess that started it, had sort of said, you know, you should propose to Evan while we're up there. And we were just in hysterics. And I said, no way, because, you know, he'd kill me. And I told him that. I said, oh, God, watch out. Those girls, they want me to propose to you. Anyway, we're up there. I hadn't said anything yet. And he's, Evan's very shy. But, you know, he had a few drinks under his belt, so that sort of helped. And he gets up and he says, you know, thanks everybody for coming out. Really appreciate it. Can't even remember what else he said. And then he was just about to walk off and he said it's a pretty good turnout for an engagement party. And then he just walked off. And it was my turn and I didn't know what to say because I was like, engagement party? And I was started to laugh. And all these people were clapping, oh, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And I just sort of said, yeah, what he says, thanks, guys. We cut the cake and then, all night, people coming up to me, congratulations, when did it happen? Did he give you a ring? And I was like, it happened just now. I don't even know if it's real. And no, there is no ring. Like it was literally all night. It was so funny. I was drunkenly texting Kelly and a couple of other friends and saying, oh my God, I think I'm engaged. So yes, we are engaged. So that was his way of doing it. You should have seen it. His mum and dad and his auntie and uncle were there, and his auntie looked like she was fit to burst into tears. She was so happy. It was, honestly, it was really good. It was lovely. So, you know, and people kept saying to Evan, oh, you know, you've got to get her a ring now. And he goes, no, you know, I'll leave that up to her. And he said, I'm going to get her a hat. And they're like, what? And he says, yes, I'm going to get her a hat and it's going to have a word on it that says engaged. Which, you know, he probably would. And then yesterday I went and had a massage that I'd booked. And when I got home, Evan had just arrived back from work and he'd been to see his mum and dad. And he said to me, oh, I've got a present for you out in the ute. And I was like, oh, who's it from? And he says, me. And I went, is it a ring? Because I was just being stupid. There's no way it was going to be a ring. And he came in and he had a ring box. And there were 2 rings in there, an engagement ring and a wedding ring, and they were his grandmother's rings. But I need to go, I want to take them into a jeweler and just get them checked over and stuff before I start wearing them. But they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it's really nice. But I have told him we have to have an engagement party now because, you know, that was his 40th birthday, therefore mostly his friends. And I think some of my friends might like to celebrate this. So we've been together for nearly 10 years, coming up 10 years. We're in our 10th year. Yeah, he goes, well, I just figured, what does he say to me? I figured we've put up with each other for this long. We might as well. Oh dear. So yeah, we're engaged, guys. Yay. Talk about funny. Yeah, so that's mainly my news. I've had a cold and then I've had problems with my sinuses because of the cold. So I've either been unwell or tired, you know, just usual stuff. Today I am so sore. Everything hurts after that massage. But that's life. It has got rid of some kinks, but like she's always in there going, oh, you're so tight. Yeah. Yeah. What else have I been up to? Oh, I tell you what. When I do my daily vlogs, and sometimes I do cooking, and I always laugh because quite a few of you will comment, oh, I love your food. You've got me inspired. You're so good at cooking. And I'm always like, no, I'm not. I'm slightly dodgy with my cooking. And I found a lady who is a Kiwi, and she has got this amazing channel, and it's called Farmer's Wife Homestead. You need to check her out. She does these cool videos on like how to bottle this or how to bake that or how to make X amount of money stretch, you know, for this many days and different challenges. And oh, she's so inspiring. And yeah, I just really, really, really enjoyed watching her. So if you want to watch somebody who's, yeah, got a similar accent to me, but really down to earth chick, she knows the stuff, she's not glamorizing anything, like, you know, in her own words, I think she, you know, she sort of says, you know, this is real time, you see the mistakes if they happen and then we troubleshoot and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, she is really, really good to watch. And so she's Stacey, and she's the Farmer's Wife Homestead. Yeah. So this is kind of feels like a quick update, but I'll probably look at my phone and see that I've been yammering on for ages. And what I'm going to leave you with is a little farewell, which I was supposed to tack on to the end of the last video and I forgot. And this is my twin granddaughters, and their mum had, we're laughing how she says the girls watch, you know, YouTube videos and things like that, and they have their own little thing that they copy, you know, like and subscribe. So I'm going to leave you with Kaya and Zaria, each doing a video asking you to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time. Ka kite.
I hope you like my video. Give me a good thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit like button. Bye. If you enjoyed my video and give me a good thumbs up and hit me like button. Bye guys. Hope you enjoyed my video and give me a good thumbs up.